January has brought some major updates about Portugal that you need to know. From visa delays to rising rents, we are back with our usual monthly updates to help you prepare for any challenges you might encounter while visiting, living, or planning to move here. Hola, and welcome to Remote Life Portugal. We are a team of remote workers, expats, digital nomads, and retirees who have been through it all. We've navigated the visa processes, tackled the healthcare system, and even survived the infamous AIMA queues. So, let's dive into the most important updates from January 2025, covering visas, taxes, housing, and more. Stick around until the end because we'll share some insider tips to make your move smoother. Let's start with the elephant in the room, AIMA. If you've been following Portugal's immigration scene, you know AIMA took over from CEF in 2023. Fast forward to January 2025, and they're still dealing with a backlog of over 400,000 cases. Why does this matter to you? Suppose you plan to renew your residency or apply for a visa. In that case, you could be waiting months or even longer. And it can be very frustrating, speaking from experience. But here's the good news. AIMA has extended the validity of expired residency documents until June 2025. So, if you're stuck in limbo, at least you've got some breathing room. Are you struggling with AIMA? Share your experience in the comments. We'd like to hear your story and provide tips on navigating the system. The D7 visa, passive income visa, is still a favorite for retirees and digital nomads. It requires proof of stable income, 870 euros per month, and 10,400 euros in a Portuguese bank account. The D8 visa, digital nomad visa, is perfect for remote workers. It demands a monthly income of 3,480 euros. Real estate investments are out, but cultural heritage projects and venture capital funds are in. Which visa is right for you? Stay tuned, we'll discuss it in detail later in the video. Portugal's inflation rate dropped to 2.5% in January, down from 3% in December. This decline is partly attributed to base effects, particularly the end of the VAT exemption on essential food items and the rise in electricity prices in January 2024. These changes created a higher comparison point, making the current year's inflation rate appear lower. While overall inflation has decreased, housing costs continue to rise. In the third quarter of 2024, house prices in Portugal increased 3.7% compared to the previous quarter, marking the second highest rise among European Union countries. The increase in rental prices is primarily driven by factors such as foreign demand and a shortage of available homes. As a result, in cities like Lisbon and Porto, the average rent for a one-bedroom apartment has reached 1,500 euros per month. Even with sufficient funds, finding a suitable apartment can be challenging due to the high demand. That's why it's beneficial to have experienced people assist you. We offer consultation services to help you navigate this and other Portugal-related situations. For more information, check the description below. If you're considering a move to a smaller town, places like Braga and Coimbra offer rents as low as 700 to 900 euros per month. If you would like more tips on finding affordable housing, feel free to let us know in the comments. As of January 1st, 2025, the national minimum wage in Portugal was increased from 820 to 870 euros per month, representing a 50 euro increase from the previous amount. This change is part of a plan agreed upon with social partners to reach a minimum wage of 1,020 euros by 2028. If you are 35 or younger and considering buying a home in Portugal, you can now access a public guarantee covering up to 15% of the property's value for homes up to 450,000 euros. This makes it easier to secure financing and become a homeowner. Suppose you are studying in Portugal or have children studying here. In that case, more financial support is now available for student housing, making accommodation more affordable for those living away from home. If you live in a historic neighborhood or a vulnerable area, you may qualify for incentives to improve your home's energy efficiency. This can help reduce energy costs while making your home more sustainable. These changes could make homeownership and renting in Portugal more accessible. Making homeownership and renting more accessible is just one part of the overall picture. Once you've found the perfect place, you need to consider how the latest tax and legal changes might affect your finances. Significant shifts, such as the end of the NHR program and new tax incentives for skilled professionals, could have a major impact on expats, freelancers, and remote workers. Are these changes beneficial, or do they come with hidden challenges? Let's explore this in detail. The NHR program has ended, but NHR 2.0 has been introduced. The new IFIC Plus program offers highly skilled professionals a flat 20% tax rate. This program aims to attract talent in scientific research, technology, and innovation sectors. Eligible individuals can benefit from a flat 20% tax rate on income earned from qualified employment and self-employment activities for up to 10 consecutive years. To qualify, applicants must become tax residents in Portugal, not have been tax residents during the previous 5 years, and must work in specific high-value sectors. It is important to note that foreign pension income is no longer exempt under this regime. Update of IRS tax brackets. If you are a remote worker or an expatriate living in Portugal, updating tax brackets may result in lower income taxes. Additionally, the IRS's minimum wage exemption further reduces the tax burden on lower salaries. Reduction of corporate tax, IFIC, for companies and freelancers. A corporate tax, IFIC, reduction from 21% to 20% will benefit companies and freelancers operating in Portugal. For SMEs and small mid-caps, the tax rate on the first 50,000 euros has dropped to 16%. This change could make Portugal more attractive for businesses and startups. Incentive for business capitalization. Suppose you own a company or work as a freelancer and increase your equity capital. In that case, you may benefit from a deduction in taxable profits, making Portugal a more advantageous place to start and maintain a business. Confused about taxes? We've got you covered with our free guide, From Nomad to Neighbor. Inside, you'll learn all the essentials: visas, freelance taxes, local culture, health insurance, and even investing and making money online. But that's not all. When you download our guide, you'll also join our exclusive newsletter community. Think of it as your VIP pass to insider tips, timely legal updates from our network of lawyers, and first-hand advice straight from local pros. Grab your free copy and secure your spot on our newsletter list. Click the link in the description. Portugal's public healthcare system is available to legal residents. However, wait times can still be lengthy in 2025. Many expats choose private insurance for quicker access. If you need flexible health insurance that travels with you, check out our suggested link in the description. It's ideal for digital nomads and expats. Strengthening of palliative care and the National Health Service, SNS. With the hiring of 400 new professionals for e-name and measures to ensure that everyone has access to a family doctor, healthcare services are expected to improve, including for foreign residents in Portugal. 90% coverage for fertility treatment medications. If you are considering fertility treatments in Portugal, there is now a significant financial incentive, with medications being covered at 90%. Free diapers for low-income families. For families with young children or individuals with special needs, incontinence diapers will now be free for those with disabilities and low incomes, providing essential support to those who need it most. Expanded breast cancer screening. The screening program has been extended to include women aged 45 to 74 instead of the previous range of 50 to 69. This change benefits many, including foreign residents living in Portugal. These updates bring essential improvements to healthcare access and support in Portugal. In 2025, the rent update coefficient will be 1.0216, meaning rent increases cannot exceed 2.16% due to ongoing housing support measures. For rental contracts signed after October 7, 2023, landlords cannot set rent prices more than 2.16% higher than the last rent charged for the same property. This rule will remain in effect until December 31, 2029. Landlords must notify tenants at least 30 days before increasing rent, ensuring at least 1 year has passed since the last adjustment. This notification must be sent in writing, either by registered letter with acknowledgement of receipt or delivered in person with the tenant's signature. In January 2025, the Public Prosecutor's Office charged a Public Security Police (PSP) officer with homicide for the death of Odair Monish, a 43-year-old Cape Verdean citizen, which occurred in October 2024 in the Cova da Moura neighborhood in Lisbon. The indictment states that the officer failed to take necessary measures to preserve human life and calls for his expulsion from the police force. This incident sparked significant protests against police violence and racism. We hope you stay with us for next month's update. And don't forget to join our newsletter for early updates. To learn more about Portugal in 2025, click on the video that just popped up on your screen. And I'll see you there. Ciao.